Guthrie, Oklahoma is your destination for festivals of all kinds, including the Guthrie Art Walk, held every fall and every spring. The 89er celebration, commemorating the land run of 1889. Check out the Oklahoma International Bluegrass Festival with bands from around the world. The Guthrie Road Show with cool classic cars. The Guthrie Escape featuring art, wine, and music. Make your next destination Guthrie, Oklahoma.
This is Motorcoach Travel News, MTN, from the American Bus Association. Here's Dan Ronan.
Welcome to the American Bus Association's Motorcoach Travel News, the December edition. I'm Dan Ronan in Washington. The ABA's marketplace is now less than 4 weeks away, and we're excited that thousands of you have signed up for what we expect will be the best marketplace ever. The final plans are being worked out, and once again, because many of you have asked, here's an encore presentation of what you can expect to see in Nashville.
All right. If you're passionate enough about what you do, if you're good enough at what you do, all your dreams can come true in this town.
No matter what kind of music you make, there's a place for you here that you're gonna be liked and loved.
That's what put Nashville ahead of other places. It was heart and soul.
They started making music, and hits started coming.
Everything else grew up here because the Grand Ole Opry was the trunk of the tree. It was the foundation. And the recording studios came here, the entertainers came here, the songwriters came here.
And it was like, wow. You know, we just got to the land of Oz.
There was the perception that it was only country music, it's a closed door. And man, that couldn't be further from the truth.
But you can't get that many talented people in one area and expect the genres not to grow.
There really are no parameters, you know, there are no walls. You can do whatever you want to do in Nashville.
One night we had Megadeth, Big and Rich, Mariah Carey, and DMC from Run DMC. That's special.
I feel like I'm not as cool as a lot of the kids walking around here.
It's really gaining a lot of momentum recently.
The town has this energy. There's this thing there that I think is magical.
There's been this massive convergence of musicians from all around the world.
Music City is now truly Music City.
Joining us now is ABA President and CEO Peter Pantuso. So here we are again. Marketplace is now less than 4 weeks away. It just comes up so rapidly, doesn't it?
Yeah, everything is just running on all 8 cylinders right now, getting ready for Marketplace. Obviously, going to Nashville, being in downtown Nashville, has a new excitement and a feel to it that we've never had at any other marketplace. On top of that, the registrations are really through the roof right now. We're getting people calling on a daily basis, even as we approach the holiday season. They're still registering for Marketplace. We just ran appointments the other day. We've got more appointments on average per attendee than we've had in the last few years, so it's going to be a home run. It's going to be the best marketplace that anybody has ever seen.
As always, Marketplace has a designated nonprofit they help this year. It's an organization called Thistle Farms. Tell me a little bit about it.
The organization is Thistle Farms, and it's an unbelievable organization. I had a chance to tour their facilities when I was in Nashville in October, and the kind of work they're doing, getting people off the streets, women in particular, and helping them recover some of maybe what they had, bring dignity back into their lives. It's an amazing story, and we're going to see a lot about it while we're in Nashville. The fundraising event is very different. It's an event called Heroes Behind the Hits. Gordon Kennedy, for example, is one of the stars that's going to be performing. Now, that's a name, and the other heroes or the other people performing are people that you don't normally think of. You don't know their names. They're not stars that we always recognize, but they are the entertainers who have written the songs. They've got their own own stories and their own music. A lot of them have had #1 hits. And for example, Gordon Kennedy, he's a Grammy Award-winning songwriter. He's written hits for Eric Clapton, and so we'll see how those songs developed. It's something that people will walk away talking about for years. So the event actually takes place on Saturday night. It's an unbelievable event. It's got limited seating. There's only a couple hundred tickets available. So if people are interested in supporting Thistle Farms and seeing the heroes behind the hits, which they'll walk away talking about for years, this is the time to do it. Make sure you buy those tickets and support Thistle Farms.
Nashville really gives an opportunity for the city to shine because of the abundance of musical talent, and we're going to have a lot of that at Marketplace, aren't we?
Yeah, in Nashville, like almost no other city, there's so much musical talent, great stars that we all know and love, and others that people will see and experience during the week of Marketplace. You know, just two examples of those. One is it's going to be on Monday night when we're at the Grand Ole Opry. Larry Gatlin and other performers that are still being signed are going to give an incredible show like nobody's ever seen at the Grand Ole Opry. And Sunday night, the Nashville CVB is having its big event. It's going to be at the Music Hall of Fame, which is right downtown across the street from the convention center, and they're going to have a number of talented entertainers, but the one they have just announced just yesterday, as a matter of fact, is Martina Mcbride. She's going to be performing a couple of shows for the audience and for the attendees, and people, if you've not heard Martina perform before, and I have a couple of times, she's just unbelievable. What a voice, what a talent. It's something you cannot miss. It's a reason just to go to Marketplace to see her.
It's been a very busy fall here in terms of membership numbers. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, you know, our membership department has made a lot of changes in terms of the way we do business. You know, we've been working with some outside consultants. We've been changing some direction internally, and all that is culminating right now. In the last 3 months, each of those 3 months, we've had between 60 and 80 new members join in each of the 3 months. And so the membership numbers are really taking foothold, and a lot of those people, in fact, I think more than 90% of the individuals who have joined ABA in the last few months are also coming to Marketplace. So they're not only becoming members for the rest of this year and for 2014, but we're going to see them down in Nashville as well. So we couldn't be happier with the way membership and obviously Marketplace registrations are going today.
We told you about this story last month on MTN, but because it's the holidays, it bears repeating. If you're a Motorcoach operator or tour planner and you plan trips to New York City during the holidays, New York City has its list of specific holiday rules and regulations for motorcoaches. These special regulations and additional parking areas went into effect on Friday, November 22nd, and will run through Thursday, January the 2nd. The holidays are always a busy time in New York City, and we at the ABA want to make sure that you know what the city expects of your motorcoach driver and tour leaders when they're there, and also where you can park. There are also phone numbers for the various government agencies, so if you have questions about this, you can always follow it up with a phone call. Or go to our website, buses.org, and there's a link and a PDF explaining everything.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
We'd like to salute our ABA members, Gotta Go Trailways, and executive coaches of Texas for their participation in the ceremony to honor President John F. Kennedy on the 50th anniversary of his assassination in Dallas on November the 22nd. The two companies were tasked with getting thousands of people into and out of Dealey Plaza safely. That's the location where Mr. Kennedy was shot 50 years ago. Security for the event was tight. 2 pickup and drop-off points had to be set up, the American Airlines Arena and a downtown Dallas hotel. Everything went smoothly. A well-known D.C. bus landmark is gone. Crews have torn down the old Greyhound station on 1st Street near the ABA's offices north of the U.S. Capitol. All of Greyhound's operations last year moved 3 blocks to the south to historic Union Station, where the Motorcoach passenger area was open. The old Greyhound station property is scheduled to become a mixed-use apartment, retail, and office complex. The new Motorcoach facility at Union Station has been a big success and one that government and business officials would like to replicate across the country. Motorcoach Travel News continues in one moment from Washington.
Broadway Classroom is a series of 16 workshops that we designed and developed with Broadway performers and teaching artists that enhance a participant's experience with their Broadway show.
They can be done with every kind of group imaginable: student groups, adult groups, senior citizens, corporate groups. Most workshops are 90 minutes long to 2 hours long. They take place in rehearsal studios here in New York City, and most of them work with Broadway performers and Broadway teaching artists.
Booking a Broadway Classroom workshop is so easy. So all you have to do is call 1-800-BROADWAY extension 2 and speak with a group agent.
This coach runs on diesel, which is about 30% more efficient in its combustion than gasoline. But I know what you're thinking. Diesel isn't clean burning. But that's no longer true, because today's ultra-low sulfur diesel fuel is cleaner than ever. Check this out. See? It burns clean. All aboard the Green Highway.
MCI, ultimate curb appeal, uncompromising reliability.
If you're a high school student considering college and your family is in the motorcoach travel and tourism industry, the American Bus Association Foundation is one of the first places you should look when trying to find scholarship money. January 6th is the opening date to apply for the ABA Foundation's George T. Snyder Scholarship Program. ABA is growing the next generation of leaders in the motorcoach tour and travel industry, and academic scholarships to young people are one way to do that. Every year, more than $57,000 in scholarships are given to deserving students, and some $600,000 has been awarded since the program started in 1997. For more information, go to our website, buses.org, and look for the ABA Foundation tab. It's time now for the MCI Green Operator segment, sponsored by Motorcoach Industries. It's an encore presentation from our trip to Winnipeg and a look at MCI's Quality at the Source program. It's designed to make MCI motorcoaches the most well-built and reliable in the industry. Now you're going to hear from one of MCI's employees who was one of the frontline leaders at the Winnipeg plant.
In the 3 stations that I manage right now that has Quality to Source established, I have a total of 21 operators and with 3 team leaders.
While the plant has many specialists, workers are being cross-trained so they understand each other's jobs, and employees are being encouraged to speak up if something isn't right on the production line.
We're enabling the operator to understand what they're building, how they're building it, what is the expectation for quality, and how much time they have to build it in. We've also implemented a numerous amount of support system in order to enable the operator, for that operator to be able to do their tasks efficiently, more successful, and in the time that they're allowed to do their job. We're definitely going in the right direction. We're achieving first-time quality.
And that's the December edition of the American Bus Association's Motorcoach Travel News. I'm Dan Ronan in Washington. On behalf of all of us at the ABA, we wish you and your family the warmest of holiday greetings. And of course, we're looking forward to seeing all of you in just a few weeks at the ABA's Marketplace in Nashville. Thanks for watching.